Yeah. What's up, everybody? I was on vacation laughing. I saw imitators, you understand what I'm saying? But nothing is better than the original. Your boy Stephen A is back with another A-list just especially for you as this NCAA tournament is going on and the NBA playoffs is approaching. Keep in mind, the list is fluid. The list is fluid, okay? We gonna go top 5 box office NBA matchups of all time, individually, not team Tim Legler, not team Shay, individually. Let's go to number 5 on the list, please give it to me right now. Bam! Larry Bird versus Julius Dr. J. Irvin. Remember the Cradle Ducks against LA? Remember Bird and Dr. J going up against one another from 1980 to 1985. Played against each other 4 times in the Eastern Conference Finals. Split it 2-2. Playoff record, 12-12 against each other. Regular season playoffs combined, Larry Bird held a slight advantage, 35-33. But before, even with Magic and Bird fomenting, growing in the mind's eye of the American public, Dr. J. Julius Irvin, with a championship having escaped him, wanting that. Yes, it took Moses Malone 4-5-4 to deliver the goods. Andrew, Tony, Mo Cheeks and the crew. But the 76ers against Bird and the Celtics, Dr. J versus Larry Bird. That was big time right there. They ain't top 4, though. Give it to me right now, please. Bam! LeBron versus Steph. Now, 4 straight times in the NBA Finals, they went against one another. The first go-round, Golden State wins. But Kyrie Irving got hurt. Kevin Love goes down. And obviously, all LeBron had was Matthew Dellavedova. I ain't forget that, Shay, okay? So I'm giving LeBron love, right? But then they come back, okay? They ultimately win the deal, overcoming a 3-1 deficit, even though Adam Silver in the NBA gave LeBron that stimulus package.
Don't do that.
When Draymond Green got thrown to the floor and they suspend him. You understand what I'm saying? Game 5, and then Bogut and Iguodala got hurt in Game 5. They lose that game, lose Game 6, and then come back and lose Game 7 with the block by LeBron and the 3 from Kyrie to deliver the goods. Okay, we understand what that was about. Then they go out and they get KD, and they need KD to win back-to-back titles. So we understand it, but that's still an epic rivalry. They ain't top 3, though. Give it to me. 0-1, can't leave it off. Bill Russell versus Wilt Chamberlain. Now, history demands that we have to do that only because Russell and Wilt are 2 of the iconic figures in the sport. But Russell did have 11 chips. Wilt only had 2, which is something I religiously held against Wilt Chamberlain. But nevertheless, he was the most dominant big man of the era up until in the history of the game. And some would argue the only thing that rivaled him was Shaquille O'Neal. So because of his dominance, his greatness, his once averaging 50 in a season for crying out loud, you can't talk about rivalries in the sport of basketball without mentioning Russell and Wilt. I had to throw it in there, so I put it in the middle. They ain't top 2, though. Give it to me right now. Ready for this? Bam! Michael Jordan versus Isiah Thomas. Now, we know Jordan about the 6 titles. We know about the 2 3-peats. We know all of that. Long before that, he couldn't get over the hump. The Detroit Pistons kept standing in their way. It was Zeke. But it was Dumas, it was Lambert, it was Sally, it was James Edwards, it was Dennis Rodman, it was the microwave Vinnie Johnson coming off the bench. Let's not forget, okay, Mark Aguirre, okay, Adrian Danley before that. The Detroit Pistons, the bad boys. There was a reason Jordan rules became something that was so well known because they implemented it. They were formidable. We understood the greatness of the Detroit Pistons. The bad boys don't get enough love and recognition for how formidable and tough they truly were. Got to give them love. And remember Isiah in that Game 6, against LA when he dropped over 40 or 25 in the quarter on a bad ankle. You understand? And they couldn't really go in a Game 7, and they lost to the Lakers before coming back and winning back-to-back. That's number 2. They ain't number 1, though. The greatest of all. Right here.
Okay.
Larry Bird versus Irvin Magic Johnson. It didn't start in the NBA, y'all. It started in college when Magic was at Michigan State with Kelser and the boys, okay? And Larry Bird, the hit from French Lick, was at Indiana State, averaging over 30 a game and doing great things that he was doing, all right? And then they come to the pros. And they come to the pros and they rekindle that that rivalry. Not immediately, because the Philadelphia 76ers was in the way. That's why I got Bird and Dr. J at number 5 in the early 80s. Even Ralph Sampson and Akeem Olajuwon in Houston got in the way one year, knocking LA out in the first round. But in the end, the 80s was dominated by this, and the stage was set coming into the 80s. I got Bird Magic. I got Jordan Isiah. I got Russell Wilt. I got LeBron Steph. I got Bird and Dr. J, Julius Erving. Box office NBA matchup in history. Floor is y'all.
I'm going to give you a lot of credit. A lot of credit. Because this one right here, that shows a certain level of awareness. I didn't think you'd go there. I did not think you would include that. And I'm sitting over there saying, if he leaves off Bird and Dr. J, that's a massive omission that's going to greatly affect my grade at the end of this.
That's right.
That would have greatly affected my grade.
Right. Okay.
Overall, I think you got the right 5. I would have switched one.
Okay, I'm listening.
I would flip-flop these two. I think I'd put
You'd
Russell.
have Russell
I
Wilt
think
higher?
I'd put Russell Wilt too. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
I think we all agree on this.
Okay,
Yes.
Does anybody disagree with
No.
Bird Magic? Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it a step.
No.
This changed the course of my life.
Wow.
Because I was a baseball player until these two dudes started playing in the 80s.
Wow.
I went to high school in 1980 as a freshman, had not played organized basketball.
Wow.
I was a baseball player.
Okay.
Watching these two teams and these two players, the way that changed the course of my life and what I wanted to do with my life. So that's number one, no question.
With Wilt Russell 2. I went LeBron Steph 3.
Over Jordan Isiah?
Over Jordan Isiah. Because
Okay, go
remember,
ahead.
Stephen A., they met 4 times in the NBA Finals.
Okay.
And then guess who I got number 5?
What?
KD LeBron.
Oh, stop it.
No.
Stop it.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
KD LeBron.
That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
can't do that
You
one.
can't do that.
And I
You
got-
can't do that.
Can't do that one.
No,
Can't do
stop
that.
it.
Hold on. Think about
was a big L.
twice in the finals, and then think about the regulars. Hold on. They met 3 times in the finals. You forget OKC. Hey, Legs,
You
did you
damn right
forget
I forget them.
OKC?
They were puppies. They were puppies.
Oh, now they puppies.
They
Now
were puppies. They were
Now
puppies.
they
And you
puppies.
should appreciate that you have enough puppies your damn self. You should appreciate exactly where I'm coming from. Stop that nonsense, okay?
Hey, Legs,
There's no way we
Yes,
can bring
no,
up
no.
OKC
You
in
see
the
what y'all
equation
do? Y'all see what y'all do? Y'all do everything y'all can to undermine Goat James. Now, y'all didn't do that with
Hey, don't lump me together with him
How
on that. Come on
them,
now.
man?
Come
How
on.
we undermining them? You know what you had to
That-
be? LeBron with
Yeah.
D. Wade and Bosh going up against
Yeah.
puppies. Russell Westbrook, James Harden, those boys were great, but they were
Hold
young.
on. You didn't
Come
say
on,
that.
man.
You didn't say that when LeBron went up against Tim Duncan.
I did say
Manu.
that.
Hey, listen.
I did say that.
Hey,
we
hey,
never held
hey,
against him for losing to Tim Duncan the first go-round of 2007.
Wait,
We never
Shannon,
did that.
Shannon, if
Yeah.
KD had stayed in OK City and played against LeBron like later
That's right.
when he had Westbrook in the finals like multiple
Then
times,
you would have a point.
they would be on
You'd have
this
a
list.
point.
They'd
You'd
be
have a
on this
point.
list.
But not right now. Hold on, let me get to your list. Let me get to both of y'all lists. Hold on. First of all, let me address you, Shannon, okay? Okay. Here's the deal. You look at LeBron versus Steph. Yes, it's 4 NBA finals. But the bottom line is Steph went 3-1. That's number one. Number two, KD came on board. So that kind of interrupted the direct
It did.
confrontation between
Yeah.
those two.
Uh-huh.
That's why I would leave them at 4, Shannon. In terms
Okay.
of you with Russell, the 11-2 discrepancy is why I have them at 3, because Wilt didn't measure up. In the end,
That makes
you
sense.
can't have a direct nemesis and with 13 championships on the table, 11 goes to one of them and 2 goes to
Stephen
the
A.
other. That's
Stephen
a
A.
problem.
Hold on. You do realize Russell had 11 Hall of Famers on his team, right?
Hold on, whoa. This is basketball. You did have Jerry West. You did have some weapons of your own if you were
Sam
Wilt Chamberlain
Jones,
now.
K.C. Jones, John Havlicek,
I got
Jarman,
it. I got
Cousy.
it. I got it. But this is basketball. And you did have some Hall of Famers yourself. Wilt wasn't playing by his damn self.
The whole roster, Hall of Famers.
Listen,
the whole
I got
roster.
him at 3. I got him at 3 instead of 2. Jordan Isiah, let me say this to y'all. Isiah is the one person on the planet Earth who has said, and justifiably so,
He has a winning record,
y'all don't
yeah.
want to give me credit. I got at Jordan, and we beat him more times than we lost to them. He
Correct.
did bring that up, and he's right.
He beat
He's right.
Magic and Kareem. He beat Magic and Kareem. He beat Bird, McHale, and Parrish also.
Hey, by the way, Isaiah is like the one unique guy, and that guess what? You could sub out this name And I could throw in Magic versus Isiah. I could throw in Bird versus Isiah. A lot of people versus Isiah,
And he
as
beat
it
him.
turns out.
And he beat them all.
Here's the one thing, real quick about this. I want to just say, one difference about this one than these other four.
Okay.
There was very little direct mano-a-mano because of the position.
Correct.
Like all these guys actually would go
That's right.
against each other, like possession by possession at times. Not so much there, which is probably why I wouldn't put that any higher than you did.
Okay. Legs, can you give him a quick
Yeah,
grade?
look. I think this is the highest grade I'm ever going to give you.
Oh, wow.
It's just like it says up here, A and then a minus.
Oh, wow.
You
look at that.
almost had it. If you had
Shannon, what you
Russell
got?
Wilt 2, I would have given you an A or an A+. I give you an A-.
The mere fact that he got them up there like that, I'm gonna give you an A, Stephen A. That's a great
wow.
list.
That's a really good list.
Hold on.
This is a big day.
Hold on.
It's a big
I'm
day.
getting emotional right now. I'm getting emotional right now. Shannon gave me an A, man, and you gave me an A-, man. This is a very touching moment for me, America.
Hey,
It's a very
but Stephen
touching
A,
moment.
you and I both had a shot at that Laportier this morning, so I don't know what I'm doing.
I might have some problems.
Shade.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Think I'm gonna try to wear, I pull up all brains. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. The city, yeah, I'm here,